Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you. You know, I've been just kind of wondering what they're up to, and that's the theme of today's video. What are they up to? When you see the left, the Democrats, the crazy climate activists and all that, what is their motivational dynamic? What is it that they're trying to accomplish through their efforts to reduce our liberties, take away our liberties, stifle our freedoms, tell us that we won't be able to own anything and we'll like it? The whole climate change thing that's going on, all the stuff that's going on in Washington, D.C. right now, and I got really nothing good to say about either party that's going on in Washington right now. But what is it? And I got to ask you the question and hope that you can give me some insight from your perspective. What is it that they are truly trying to accomplish? It seems like pretty much every day when I take a look at the news headlines and all that, I'm seeing another new story about what it is that the enemies of conservatism, enemies of freedom, enemies of liberty are trying to get away with. Taking a look at what's going on in the world of the Second Amendment and all the hundreds of lawsuits that are going on right now, all the different states, localities even, that are trying to put a damper on our God-given rights for self-defense and our God-given rights for being able to stand up to tyranny, I guess. That's what the Second Amendment is really all about. And I'm very concerned about what it is that's truly the end game for all the folks that are on board with this. I get very nervous when I see polls that are telling me how great Donald Trump is doing in the GOP side of things, and that he's ahead by 40 plus points, and other folks that really used to have a chance really just don't have a chance anymore because he's so far ahead of the pack right now. He's kind of the shoe-in. But then you look at what's when he's matched head-to-head with Biden. The polls are kind of like 50-50. He's right there. He may be 3 points ahead in that poll, 2 points behind in that poll. They're dead even in some other poll. That means that half of the people in the United States think that they want 4 more years of the nonsense that we've been dealing with in the current administration right now, where they've tried to regulate everything from our furnaces to our gas water heaters to good Lord, you name it, and they've got their sights on it right now. They're creating special new offices in the administration that are going to be dealing with what they call gun violence. They've got a new person or a new office somewhere in the White House that's going to be looking at gas appliances and things like that. So they'll be the czar of canceling everything that we've grown accustomed to and that we're used to for living a somewhat comfortable life. I can't imagine what their end game really is. Is it control? Do they want absolute control, like the World Economic Forum, the Klaus Schwabs of the world, Are they looking for complete control over all us slaves out here that will dutifully go along with whatever they say is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? Is that what the end goal is? Is it all about power? Is it all about control? I suspect that there's an awful lot to that. But they make rules for thee, but not for me, from their perspective. So whenever they say, well, you can't do this, they're already doing it, or they've already stocked up on it, or they've exempted themselves somehow from the inevitability of our erosion of liberties. And I'm very, very concerned about that. So I'm still trying to figure out what it is that's truly their end game. Control, power, that's got to be part of it. Is there financial incentives for them to do that? Well, I think if you look at transfer of wealth, taking money away from assets away from the middle class, and somehow finds its way into the coffers of the very, very rich and elite folks, I think there's some financial incentives going on there as well. Is there some corrupt reasons for them doing this? Well, I would think that that's probably one of the other factors that's going on in this nonsensical world that we live in right now. But every time I look at the news, it just seems to get worse and worse and worse. There's more attacks on our individual freedoms, more attacks on our guaranteed rights that the government is in business to protect, like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th, and 10th. They're supposed to take care of all that stuff that's guaranteed in the Bill of Rights, and they're not doing it. I think our current administration has pushed the envelope so far that it's going to backfire on them. And I think they're going to be in for a very rude awakening a year from now when folks can actually cast their ballots and see what's really going to happen. Now, where I think the Republicans, the GOP, the conservatives are not going to do as well as I think they are, or as we think they are, because they are doing nothing but copying the playbook from the Democrats, and there's nothing truly original that the GOP is going to do. Yeah, they're saying, well, we got to fight the same battle that they're fighting. We got to use the same rules that they're using, and we'll do a better job than they will. I don't think so. I think conservatives take a look at a whole different aspect of our livelihood, of our liberties and our freedoms, and they don't want to cross certain lines where the other side of the aisle would cross that line in a second if it meant that they could get a few extra votes and guarantee that they're going to win the next election. I am not going to be all that surprised to see that Joe Biden or whoever the Democrat candidate's going to be would end up being president for the next 4 years. And I'm very, very concerned about that. We've got, 13 months left now before Election Day. Probably 10 months before people can start turning in early ballots and mail-ins and ballot harvesting and all that. But what the GOP is up to right now isn't going to do anything to tip the scales in favor of the GOP. Look at what they just did this week with the Speaker of the House and the turmoil and the nonsense that's going on there. I may not have been a big Kevin McCarthy fan, but the bottom line is the disruption in the House is paralyzing right now, and the Democrats know how to use that to their advantage, and they will. So, truly interested in what your thoughts are on all this stuff that's going on and what you think the end game really is for all those folks that are playing this tune. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you that you've got to be prepared always. That means everything: food, water, shelter, home defense, self-defense. You've got to be prepared, and now is about the only time to do it. And by the way, silver looks like it's going to be a great buy. I bought some yesterday, and I had been waiting for the price to dip a little, and it did, and I took advantage of it. And I would say that you should do the same thing. Watch the silver market right now, and you can find some pretty darn good deals. So this is the Prepared Suburbanite saying I'll see you on the next one. Over and out.